This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, on the heels of him forfeiting the title, our controversy from the Royal Rumble in '97, where someone was eliminated but then allowed to re-enter and then technically won, they're going to go ahead and reset the table. So the original idea was In Your House Final Four would create a number one contender, and whoever won that four-way match would be the number one contender and go on to face the champion at WrestleMania. Now, with the title being vacated, whoever wins the final four match is now the champion. And so that's going to eventually wind up in Bret's hands, but he's going to drop that title on Raw. Now Sid's the champ. Sid is going to main event WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Shawn is off the road for 1 month, and he returns in Syracuse on March 17th. And he invites himself to appear at the Slammies, and he's sitting ringside for the world title match at WrestleMania. And of course, on his way to the ring, he can't help himself, opens up the coat, shows the little Wolfpack sign that the NWO guys are throwing around on Monday Nitro. And of course, the next day,
childish bullshit.
When Nash comes to the ring on Nitro, he gets right back in the camera's face and says, "Right back at you, HBK." It's pretty remarkable that.
That's a nice way of putting it, Conrad. Remarkable.
He gets
How
away
about it's the shits.
I don't understand how he got away with it, but he did. But the day after WrestleMania, we've got Raw is War live from Rockford, Illinois. Bret Hart is going to finish his heel turn with one hell of a promo. It really is pretty remarkable. And he's going to start taking shots at Shawn Michaels in this promo, saying that he tried to be a role model. He wasn't posing for girly or gay magazines. And of course, that's a reference to Shawn doing a spread in Playboy in October of the prior year.
Play girl.
Yeah. My apologies. Force of habit.
You got a subscription. You might as well say it.
Michaels then interrupts and says that fans buy tickets to boo or cheer whoever they want. And eventually they get into a big pull apart. Hart attacks him from behind. He's targeting his knee and applies the ring post figure 4, which is something I think Bret debuted here in '97. I like the heel turn. I like the way they're turning Bret, and he's along the way helping both Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels. Mm-hmm. I know that we're talking about Shawn today, but Bret so far is like the MVP of '97. Is he not?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Steve Austin called me Sunday. I may have mentioned that on the China podcast instead of passing. And we caught up on a lot of things, and I brought up Bret. He said, there would be no Stone Cold Steve Austin without Bret Hart.
Right.
Of all the guys I work with, Steve talking here, nobody impacted my career like Bret Hart did. That's why I say, for fans or guys your age that love the sizzle, and I don't dislike it. I may not like it as much as you do, but I do like it. The sizzle is one thing, but the stability and the match quality and the leadership and all those things outrank that to me. And that's why Bret Hart is always going to be in my discussion for one of the best ever. And Bret helped Shawn's career big time. Whether they had they didn't have a peaceful, easy feelings, but boy, they had good chemistry, and they never had a bad match. I didn't see, and I called a lot of them. That was in my area, my wheelhouse at that time. So, I think Bret did a great service to the two top guys that WWE was building, and he was unselfish. Could we say the same? Was Shawn had done the same thing? I don't know that. Maybe not.
So since Shawn is injured, we're focusing a lot on Steve Austin versus Bret Hart. They do a phenomenal segment on Raw that involves Austin going after Bret Hart's knee, ultimately gets him in the back of the ambulance. We even see him attacking him in the ambulance. Really good stuff. Fast forward about a month or so into May, and we see Bret Hart berating Shawn Michaels while he's still stuck in the wheelchair. And Shawn was supposed to super kick Bret right as the show went off the air. but Bret allegedly missed his cue, and Bret wrote in his book that it was so loud he couldn't hear it. And Shawn thought that Bret was screwing him on purpose.
Oh, of course.
Where they just go off the air with him being berated, and the super kick did happen, but only the live crowd saw it. It didn't make air. And supposedly when they're backstage afterwards, Shawn is livid. Do you remember this scene?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Everybody got their panties in an uproar. It was a human error, mistimed. So if you're asking me, do I think it was a conspiracy? Do I think that Bret did it on purpose? My answer would be no.
Of course not.
It was simply a matter of human error, and the segment ran too heavy. Everybody wants all the TV time that they can get, thinking that the more the better. And that just shows many wrestlers' ignorance. I need more time. Why? Well, I just need more time. Oh, does it have anything to do with getting your shit in, brother? Of course, it has everything to do with getting your shit in. If you're not creative enough to shorten your conversation and your dialogue to make it work to the time restraints, then you're an idiot. You shouldn't be on television. And these guys let their emotions get the better of him. Everybody wanted to have the last word. It was not great management at the top of that regard, because there's only one guy that could pull those guys back in line and get them refocused on the business at hand, and that was Vince. And Vince is walking around Bret like, he's on pins and needles, and Shawn was Vince's boy. So, in that era. And so I don't think that, I don't know. I think that the segment just ran long. Hey, look, I'm on the headset. I'm listening to the countdown. I'm waiting for that goddamn kick.
Right.
Never came. Good night, everybody. So I think we got the kick on, some other shows. Aired it. Here's what happened when we went off the air. And sometimes that's not a horrible idea. Is it as good as doing it live? Boom, boom, and shock and all that? No, of course not. But it did make air at some point, and as I recall. But it's just simple human error. Guys just didn't do it. And, of course, then that became a conspiracy. Oh, they're out to get me. Oh, they're going to kill my career. Oh, I didn't hear. Oh, I didn't see. Jesus Christ. You made a mistake. Simple as that. And that's how it went down.
Let's mention the next night, the company is going to pay tribute to Brian Pillman, but this is the show where we see Shawn Michaels pick his nose with the Canadian flag, and Shawn would claim later that this was Bret Hart's idea. Is that too much of the good stuff for you, or is that just good old school wrestling heat?
I think it's being a heel.
Right.
Doing despicable things. It's kind of what heels do. So we can read how deep into the political correctness do we want to cloak ourselves? If you're Canadian and a normal mind, you're not going to like it. But I think that was just an old chicken shit heel deal. So that's kind of, I saw that. I didn't read too much into it, but again, I'm not Canadian, and it didn't personally affect me. It affected me in a way that I see a guy being a heel, being a villain, doing things that are unsavory. And that certainly was unsavory in the spirit of the creative.
We know what's coming. The Montreal Screwjob. We're probably going to have to do an episode or two on that some other time, but it went down November 9th, 1997 at Survivor Series. We know what happened. Shawn Michaels is going to beat Bret Hart to become the world champion. Now he's got the European title and the world championship. It's a big deal. We know what Shawn's role was. I don't know what else there is to say on that we haven't already beat up 1,000 different angles, but it probably needs its own show. Would you agree, Jim?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd say so.
Ultimately, Vince wants Bret to drop the belt, and he wants him to drop it to Shawn. It happens. The next night in Ottawa, Jim Ross and Jim Cornette are on commentary. We've got DX coming out. Rick Rude is there. We've got a new world champion. The crowd is chanting bullshit, and we want Bret. This is a probably peak DX here. DX had really started to become a thing in the fall, and now it's probably at its highest form here. Do you think this really elevated Shawn's sort of swagger and, damn the torpedoes approach on camera?
Yeah, made him a bigger heel. That's what he's being formulated into being, as a villain. And certainly hearing the fans in America, hearing these fans and happen to be in Canada booing like crazy, that runs downhill. So I think it helped him immensely as a villain,
right?
Quite frankly. And he played the character very, very well. Very cocky, very arrogant. He was just being himself, I think. Or was he? I'm not so sure.
Well,
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.